This is TWiT.
Hey, Joel, or Joe, Leo Laporte, the tech guy.
Hey, good morning, Leo. It's Joe, WX4ADX. How are you?
Another ham. They're coming out of the woodwork. Well, nice to meet you, Joe, W6TWT. Although I have never been on the air with it.
Well, actually, you have. We worked on D-Start, your grand opening.
That's right. That was it. Yeah, 3 years ago.
An honor for me.
One of these days. I got it. You know what? I talk all day on the radio. I don't really want to go home and talk some more on the radio. Although Art Bell does it. He'll do a show and then go on the air and spend 3 hours talking to people.
Absolutely.
I just want to go to bed.
So I have a quick question for you.
Yes.
So, hams easily get sedentary, and I, like many people, run a small business, and I have a home office, and I have this amazing brand new delivered from Southern California Soul F85 commercial treadmill. And my idea is to get exercise here at home because, I work a lot of hours like many, and I have the new Linksys WRT 1900 AC wireless router. Love it. One of the best routers I've ever had. I'd like to get your ideas and ideas from listeners on what I could do to make my workouts more fun, meaning it's not that I don't mind walking. I want to take my mind off of walking and have fun. So should it be virtual reality goggles? Should it
No,
be...
you'll throw up.
Okay.
It would take your mind off it, though. The exercise wouldn't be the most painful thing. Problem with virtual reality glasses and goggles, and I've used them a lot, and they make me nauseous every time, is that you feel like you're moving, but your inner ear says he's not moving that way. It's a sure way to seasickness.
Right now, what I do is I just use my iPhone 5 or my iPad, and I watch episodes of either Ham Nation or TWiT.
Excellent choice. That would be my recommendation. We have a TV set up in front of our treadmill, so I can always watch TV. The big thing right now, though, a lot of people are doing this, is treadmill desks. Have you ever thought about that?
I've not. Could you tell me what that is?
Well, the idea is, and you could do this with your existing treadmill, although a lot of times what people do is buy something that's made that way. In fact, John Slanina out here has a treadmill desk. John, who makes that treadmill desk that you use? Because Lifespan. Now, you already have a great treadmill, so there's no reason to do this. But you could maybe look at something like the Up Desk or a movable desk that allows you to put it around the treadmill. The key on that is not going fast, because it's very hard to, as you probably noticed, even just using your iPad, it's very hard to do anything if you're going more than, say, 3 miles an hour. You're bumping around like crazy, and it's hard to get steady. The people who use treadmill desks set it for a fairly slow pace, but just walk the whole time they're at work. And that's crazy talk, but it worked. Lifespan is a very well-known, in fact, I have a Lifespan treadmill, so they're a very well-known maker of treadmills, but they also make treadmill desks. And if you search for treadmill desk, you'll see a lot of people have treadmill desks that are modified, basically a desk around a treadmill. The thing about in fact, if you look at Lifespan's website, the treadmill desks are basically desks and a treadmill without the stuff in front. The controls for the treadmill are built into the desk. That's the only difference.
One other quick question, if you have a moment.
Yeah.
And that is, say I go with a Samsung flat-screen TV. Say I bring in a 50-inch flat-screen TV on wheels. That way I can move it around and get it comfortably positioned. What type of media could I stream in on that card? In other words, what type of services would really, really work well for me to watch? I mean, obviously, I could still do my episodes, of TWiT.
Do you have cable in there? Do you have Wi-Fi?
I do, yeah, cable. Yeah, cable modem, 30 meg.
Whatever you like. I try to watch Simpsons episodes because they're just about the right length.
Okay.
But I try to watch something that's a half hour long. That's a half an hour on the treadmill. Okay. Lisa likes to watch The Killing because she likes to, which is a very dramatic murder mystery spook show, and she likes that because it keeps her engaged. And anything that'll keep you engaged. I find shows like Game of Thrones kind of hard to watch while you're. Why am I this? You should be calling an exercise guru, not a technology guru on this one. We do have a Chromecast hooked up, and that gives you some interesting choices because, for instance, I like to I watch exercise videos while I'm exercising, and so that makes it very easy to do that kind of thing. You can get videos from your iPad Actually, not so much. Yeah, I guess from your iPad, from YouTube, will play to the Chromecast, so you could choose videos on YouTube. And in a way, having it on a big screen helps a little bit with the head bob issue on a treadmill. I think this is a great idea. I mean, look, we all need to exercise more. I should probably do that during the show. I've tried them. I mean, it's not perfect for a radio show. You get kind of breathless. But so you set it pretty low. You set it to what do you do, John? A mile and a half an hour? Probably not more than 2 miles an hour, right? You do 2 miles an hour?
Well, I can't.
Or while you're trying to work? It's hard, it's hard to work while you're doing it. He says no more than 2.4, but even that's that's a brisk pace.
Watch TV and listen to music.
Yeah.
At 3.2.
Yeah, but if you were writing, doing email, it'd be hard to do that unless you were going pretty slowly.
Yeah, and reading.
Yeah, and reading, your head's bobbing. Yeah, I think reading's not ideal for that kind of thing. But boy, you know, it's interesting to watch the technology generation attempt to apply their passion for technology to their need to exercise. Most of us technology folks are pretty sedentary. And so I sit on an exercise ball. That keeps me kind of moving around a little bit. We see Fitbits and fuel bands, all sorts of fitness bands. And they really aren't, they're just glorified pedometers. The thing that makes them appealing to tech aficionados is they tie into your smartphone. You can keep track of stuff. And most importantly, it's unlike a pedometer. You can set a goal and they will reward you. All of them do something. The fuel band does a little fireworks display on your wrist. And the reward of reaching your goal isn't, you know, it's funny what a big difference that makes, because if your goal is 10,000 steps, which everybody says that's what it should be, and you're 9,000 steps at the end of the day, you're so close, you're going to go for a walk. You're going to take the stairs more because you're just trying to get that step count up, at least if you're competitive. And I think a lot of geeks are kind of competitive, so that's the other thing that a lot of these do is the social aspect. If you use a Fitbit, for instance, you can have Fitbit friends and compete to get ranked. Who took the most steps this week? I love beating Kevin Rose on my Fitbit, which I rarely do. 8888 Ask Leo. Leo Laporte, the tech guy.